Have this stance? I mean, obviously, it's because of these criminals.
Just part of the reason, yeah.
Okay, but what's the whole reason?
I just don't believe that people should illegally enter the country and be able to take our resources, our jobs, and then rape and kill our women.
Okay.
But I'm all for immigration. I have many friends that were legal immigrants, and I totally support doing it the right way. But people that are doing it illegally are not only cutting in line, but they're also actively breaking the law. And every single day that they stay in this country, as an illegal immigrant, they're breaking the law.
Okay, I mean, I agree it is illegal to enter the country illegally, but I think everybody kind of has a issue with the way ICE operates, and I want to ask you, what do you see any issues with the way ICE operates, or do you think the way they do things is just totally fine?
Are you specifically talking about the situation with Renee Good that happened last week? Yeah, so, I mean, I waited to make a comment on it after I saw multiple video angles, and I think the most telling video angle was the video. Renee Good was somebody who harassed and fought against ICE agents. And I don't know what you were taught growing up, but I was taught don't harass a man with a gun. Don't mess with a guy with a gun. And in his angle of the video, the cop, right, it's not smart, especially if you don't have a gun yourself. And on his angle of his point of view, Renee Good actively stepped on the gas and her car physically hit the officer. I've never been in a situation where someone was about to run over me with a car, but you know what? If I think it's between my life and being run over by a car, I'm gonna choose my life. And he shot straight ahead, and unfortunately she lost her life. And she lost her life for nothing.
When you say he shot straight ahead and she unfortunately lost her life, I mean, I think if you shoot a gun, you're shooting to kill. There's no question about it. But
cops are trained to do that.
I would beg to differ. I mean, I think cops should be trained to de-escalate situations, and that should be the last means.
How do you de-escalate somebody trying to run over you with their car?
So I'm not a cop, first and foremost.
Just as a person.
So I mean, I wouldn't put myself in a situation in front of the car to be ran over.
Exactly. Thank you. Exactly.
The cop should have been standing right there, is what I'm saying.
He shouldn't have been standing there.
He should have been standing in front of the car.
Well, he was standing in the road. He asked her multiple times to get out of the car, and she refused. And her wife said, "Drive, baby, drive." And she hit on the gas.
And I could be wrong, but based off of what I saw, I don't believe him asking her to step out of the car was a lawful order.
How is that not a lawful order? When a cop tells you to do something, to step out of the vehicle, she was blocking the road. That's not allowed.
Yeah, but that's not a reason for you to be asking somebody to get out of the car.
Why not?
I mean,
when you're illegally blocking a road?
I've never had a cop pull me over and ask me to get out of the car for anything. I mean, even if
Well, that's good. Have you illegally blocked roads and harassed officers?
No, I'm not that type of person to do that.
Okay, so when a cop asks you to do something, whether you think you're in the right or not, the law will determine at the end of the day. To avoid it escalating and you possibly getting harmed and losing your life, I would just recommend that you comply. And she probably would have been just sent home afterwards.
Possibly, I can agree with that. I think that situation escalated on both ends. But what I can say is, I think the loss of life over an issue where you're checking, it's a very subjective operation that they have going, and that's just in my
subjective.
Subjective. Like I could say you're doing X, Y, and Z, and then I'm like, okay, let me see your ID. Let me start checking this. Let me do that. I don't think they should have the authority to do anything with traffic. I don't see why he would be stopping, standing in front of the car, trying to tell her to get out.
Because she was actively harassing them, and maybe even was threatening things. I haven't seen every single angle of the video. I've seen most of them, but the one that was most telling was the point of view of the officer, where you literally hear the car hit him, and he goes, "Whoa!"
Body cam did come
Yep.
up, right? Yeah.
Well, it wasn't even the body cam; it was actually on his iPhone.
Oh, he recorded on his phone. Oh, they don't wear body cams.
They do, but the one he was also filming on his phone.
Okay, so let me ask you: do you know why they were there?
Yeah, they were responding to, rounding up some immigrants. That's what I heard.
They were responding to rounding up immigrants.
They were responding to some immigrants that needed to be arrested, I believe.
Okay, and I mean, I want to, if we're going to speak about that, I'd like to know a little bit more information than just immigrants that were they on actual investigation? Were they conducting an investigation? Were they conducting a raid? What exactly?
Yeah, maybe it was a raid. I can't speak on it for sure. I can't say 100%. I probably should educate myself about that.